Hello everyone. This is Jana from the Endless Blue podcast. We explore the benefits of diving into the ocean and into yourself. Let's rethink how we deal with ourselves and our existence. Hello, good morning everyone. Here's Jana. I'm the host of the show. I'm a freediving instructor and underwater photographer and founder of Endless Blue Freediving. I really want to thank everybody for listening. It's a great honor having you. And first of all, like always, I would like to take 3 deep full breaths. So go with me. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and let go of everything what you don't need right now. So in and out. In and out. So today I thought a lot about what I would share, and actually I had to go quick for some family reason here to Germany, and I will be back in Greece next week. And I just felt like getting off from social media and taking a small break. And that made me think of like how taking a break can help you to grow. I think so often in life we are doing new projects and everything, and we are just rushing from one step to the other. So this year for me was so different than what I had expected. So I went to Greece to make the papers to open my own center, and I'm still working on that, but it didn't went like I thought it would. So my papers are still, I still got a lot of papers to do, and so they're gonna be ready like for next season. So for this season, I have a great collaboration with a scuba diving school, and then people can come to dive with us. And so having that being changed and having like my path not going linear, I think if you want to try something new, if you try to grow, you have like something you're focusing on where you want to go, but like you start your journey and life goes different. And I think it's why it's so important to take breaks in between when you're growing and going somewhere else, and taking that moment to recharge, re-listen deep inside, and refocus to take the next steps ahead. And like that you grow. And I think we miss out on in freediving so much on that moment to take a rest, to step back. And for example, the retreat I'm doing now this summer is like 2 weeks diving, 1 day off, 2 weeks diving, 1 day off, 2 weeks diving. And the day off is really there to recover, because I mean, if you come to me to dive, probably you're not diving like every day. So you will be 2 days in the water and you maybe don't feel really tired. But if you're gonna rest, your mammalian dive response gonna integrate everything what it has learned. So for those who don't know what's the mammalian dive response, it's like a response which we have together with whales and dolphins, and it helps us to use oxygen more efficiently and protects our lungs in the deep from collapsing. So it's like there are several triggers, different triggers, like you immerse your face into water. That's why we also can hold our breath longer in the water than on the land. It's like rising pressure. If you dive down, the mammalian dive response gets triggered. And so it's a series of triggers which you get when you go in the water. And when you go out or get out of the water, that mammalian dive response will integrate everything what it has learned. But if you just keep on diving like every day, that mammalian dive response has no time to integrate itself. The body has no time to recover. So you will probably grow, but you won't grow like in the same way as you will give your body time to rest. And that's why I created with Alex that retreat, which has like that different approach from putting a lot of rest in. And I mean, I understand it. People coming from abroad and they think like, oh no, I'm not going to rest like after 2 days. I want to dive like 5 days a week. And on the last retreat, I actually did it and it went good. But I think even one more rest day, Matthias would say yes, would have been good for him. We made like half kind of rest day, like an underwater shooting with a fun dive. And he did really great, and he evolved a lot through the week as we had that half rest day. But I think it would have even been better if we would have taken the day completely off and maybe done something else. I mean, in Greece there's so much to see. I mean, there's a lot of history. So you can go to like, I don't know, to an ancient theater. It's like Epidaurus, or you can go to close islands, Spetses and Hydra, which are really famous. I mean, there's so much you can do on your day off. It doesn't mean you have to do like laying in the bed and doing nothing, like we would call it like passive resting, but you can do active resting. And that's actually, active resting is like a much better way also to recover. And active resting can be things like hanging around with your friends and having a chat. It can be going for an easy walk. It can go for a swim in half an hour, and your body will recover even much faster than you will just like lay around in bed and watch TV. And I think that kind of rest, that kind of break is so undervalued. I think we always think that we're going to grow if we're going to just push through and get to the other side. And especially, I mean, in school and stuff, we learned always like to get to a final exam. We never learned how to prepare for it. And I think that's such a wonderful thing in freediving, where you really learn in such a different way to grow and to grow beyond. So for me, it was like a complete life-changing thing, lifestyle thing, from going to sleep early, having much healthier foods, like checking in with, I don't know, smoking weed, drinking alcohol. And it really flipped my life upside down to start freediving. And now it's such a healthy lifestyle. I mean, I will drink once in a while a glass of beer or a cup of wine, but it's nothing like I will integrate in my daily life. And I also think it just makes you fuzzy if you drink or smoke, and you will not be able to enjoy and to focus as much on your dive as you have a mind that's clear and clean. And yeah, I don't know, if you passed years of like partying and doing stuff, and maybe you don't even know how it is to have a clean mind. I'm talking like really clean mind. That's such an amazing difference. And I think we are functioning on such a like different kind of level if we have like that perspective on ourselves, like seeing yourself like from above, how you're treating yourself. What foods are you giving yourself? What sleep are you giving yourself? What like mental diet are you giving yourself? What you're feeding yourself with? Are you looking like Netflix all the time, or you're reading like great books? And I don't mean you have to like be completely rigid and do just one thing or the other. I mean, I have my times where I look Netflix and look some soaps because it's funny. But then it's times like now where I just go to the library and get some amazing books and feed my brain with really valuable stuff. And bringing like everything in balance. I mean, think like from a seed. Like a seed, if you have the right earth, if you have the right soil, if you have the right water, if you have the right amount of rain and sun, it will just grow. And with yourself, it's the same. If you will give it everything it needs, you will grow yourself as well. And I think rest is such an important part of it. So really check in when you really take yourself back in time to rest. And that can be as much as like taking a night off after work and going for a walk with your friends in the park. It can be like me now. I'm sitting here next to a wonderful small river and listening to the water. I always come here to take a break, listen to the water when I'm in Germany, breathe through, let go of everything what I don't need right now, like calm my nervous system down and reset. And having that all said, I really hope that you think about how you deal with rest. If you really integrate it, if you really see it as part of your training, of your freediving. How many times a week do you make like apnea tables? I mean, if you're gonna make static every day, you won't grow. Not gonna work. Make static like 3 times a week, there you will grow for sure. And where in your freediving journey or in your life you're not like integrating enough rest. And especially for my sisters out there, how you're dealing with your cycle, when are you rested? I'm around ovulation now, so I did a kettlebell training this morning, it was great, like pushing hard. But like when I get to luteal phase, I will take it down and during menstruation. So are you really like letting yourself like recover, reintegrate what it has learned? And especially I learned that in my surf journey. I mean, I started like surfing like 10 years ago. That was kind of the first steps back into the ocean. It's something I really love and admire. And I think I had a really hard time learning to surf because I didn't know when to rest. So I went to surf. I went like every day. Then I was so tired. Then I just stopped for a week. Then I was like, too tired to start again. Then I surfed a lot. Then I stopped for 2 weeks. So I never like find that sweet spot when it was for me to go to surf or to let rest. And then I started my meditation practice with Sarah Campbell. She's an amazing freediver. She was the first woman who dove under 100 meters on one breath. And she told me her own story about rest. And since then, it changed my perspective forever. So she told me that when she was approaching the 100 meters and like being in the 90-meter dives, so she would tell me of course, her tool was like meditation. Okay, so she was meditating every day. She was watching like movies from whales and imagining herself being like a whale diving down into the deep. And she would rest like 10 days, around 10 days before every dive. So she said she went one dive and then she rested and meditated 10 days. She made another dive, rested, meditated 10 days, and like that she got to the 100 meters. So it was like really an amazing approach. And so I took that idea of rest to my surfing, and it was amazing. I went to like surf, which felt like super comfortable for me. Then I rested, went to surf, which felt comfortable for me, rested, and so on. And I remember one time our car broke down, so it was pretty tricky to get with the surfboard to the beach from where I was living. So I had a rest like from 10 days. I went back in the water and I was in the most amazing shape, and I was like, wow, how could that happen? And repeating, like always being like in safe waters, In the end, I went to bigger surf, which was like unimaginable before, to feel safe. So I might have been in the water in bigger surf, but I wouldn't have the feeling of safety. So that's a kind of different story a bit, but just to like put it here in place, it's like when you want to grow, I think there's a great value in repeating and being in like how you say, being like in a safe zone where you really feel yourself safe. And then one time you might be probably get bored, and then you make a bigger jump, and then you have that like growth from inside. It's not like if you're gonna jump into bigger waves just because you mentally push yourself through it. I've done that. That works as well. But it's a completely different feeling if you create that kind of safety in your body and then you go in bigger waves. And that's of course the same for freediving. I mean, if you go to depth where you feel super safe repetitively, and then you feel like, okay, now I can go a bit bigger, and you go a bit deeper, you know? And you make that sweet spot between making a stretch but still feeling safe. And when you've done that, you come back to the surface and not like pushing through the mind. I think there's a lot of people say out there like, you're gonna be ready, you're never gonna feel ready, you're just gonna be ready because you know you did the work. I don't think that's true. I mean, I did that a lot myself. I pushed myself a lot through, but I really recommend you like go for repetitive, fun dives and surf. Give yourself time to rest. Really rest, recover. Nurture your body super well. Drink lots of water. Eat fruits. Eat protein. Eat the carbs. Eat good carbs. Have fun. Enjoy your time with your friends. And then go back to the water. And you will see how you will grow. I think we can be so stubborn about growth. I mean, a Capricorn. I'm super stubborn. Horrible sometimes. But I think it's also like knowing yourself better, like listening to yourself inside. I have another funny story. I remember I was doing my instructor course, and then I read somewhere that your pulse is higher if you're not rested. So, and it was so funny. I went to my instructor and told him, okay, now I need a watch to let myself know if my pulse is high and I'm ready to train again, or if I should rest. And he watched me in the eye and said, Jana, you really need a watch to tell you if you're tired? Come on. You can listen to yourself, can't you? And I was like, what? And he was so right. No, I didn't know how to listen. I didn't know if for me it was time to rest or it was time to train. So I ask you, do you know when it's time to rest? And do you know it's time to train? I think that's pretty interesting to learn. And like, for example, when you're overtrained, you can see that pretty quick, like on your emotions. Are you getting like snappy talking to your close family and friends? Are you like not sleeping well? Like, how is it going when you're overtrained? Is your overall, like, you're feeling tired, or you like wake up in the morning with a lot of energy and I want to go harder? So I think your body really tells you, if you clearly listen, what's the day on or not. How's your day? How do you feel today? Do you want to, like, I don't know, run around, or do you want to just sit on the couch? So really listen to that feeling in your body. It's going to tell you if it's time to rest or not. And sure, we have days we're lazy, but then just go for a walk and then see how you feel. That's why we do in freediving. I mean, we do warm-up dives, right? A warm-up dive, for those who don't know, it's like you make 2, 3, depends on which level you are. Very advanced people do not do warm-up dives, a lot of them. Because they already know themselves so well. But if you don't know, go in the water and make a warm-up dive. Like, you make your first dive, go down, come up, You make your second dive and you really listen and you really feel inside. Is it the day to dive deep or is it not? And they can be so different for everybody. I mean, I've done like 40-meter dives on my period. No problem. Like another day, I would be like, no, I don't feel it. So really make sure you listen to yourself. I think that's the greatest teaching what you learned from the ocean is really to listen to yourself, because the ocean is like pure truth. It's like a mirror. I mean, that's also the way I stopped or began go early to bed and feed myself well, because if I would go to Lisbon to party and I want to surf the next day, I would feel like shit and I would get anyway. So it's look where you are, look to listen inside. It's so important, and not only for the ocean, the ocean will tell you, today you're well, today you're not well, today you fed yourself well, today not, today you're super stressed or not. It's like everything in your life relates to your dive. So make sure you have healthy relationships, have a good sleeping routine, good food, enough exercise, not too much, because the ocean won't lie. It will tell you right away in which shape you are. And I think you can feel that in bigger surf and of course in deep free diving. Oh my God, you can see it so clearly in which shape you are. It's just pure truth. As Sarah would say, it's pure truth, the ocean, the water. It's like a mirror. You go there and say, hey buddy, not today. Yeah. So make sure you take good care of yourself. And I know that's not always easy. I was not taking care of myself at all so many years. I didn't know why to take care of myself. I had no reason to take care of myself. And then I went to the ocean and I learned if I'm not going to take care of myself, I'm not going to learn how to surf. I'm not going to learn how to dive. So, yeah. So I'll keep that kind of social media detox, I think, for around a week. I'm still going to send my newsletter out every Saturday. And I'm going to continue with the podcast. Because that's for me, also other content. It's slow content, and it's it has just another feeling. Some people say social media is chips and tacos, and a podcast a candlelight dinner. And I want to just take it slow, take a break. I'm gonna rethink about my business, how to keep growing it, because I really love to share the benefits of diving into the ocean and in yourself. But it has been an adventure. I mean, I changed my life upside down from freediving. I was a business photographer before. I was a film producer traveling through the world. And then I changed everything through underwater. And doing that journey, it changes again. And I love that. And this year, it's on retreats. So if you want to get in the water with me, you can come to our wonderful retreats. You can come for all the ladies. I really recommend you this one. Oh my God, it's going to be so amazing. 10 days in Tolo with great time to recover and rest and grow, of course. And so many lectures about the body and the mind. And yeah, it's end of August. And yeah, I would really love to see you there. It would be so cool. And of course, if you can't come to the beach, to the ocean, you always can find my one-to-one coaching online. And yeah, there we're going to learn to grow and to rest. It's going to be amazing. So I'm sending you lots of love. I wish you a really wonderful, wonderful day. And think about your recovery, your integration, your time where really growth lays in so many time. Recovery and rest. So, having that said, bye. Lots of love. Yana. Thank you so much for listening. It's such an honor having you. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. It really helps to grow the show. Feel also free to connect with me on Instagram, share ideas or questions for future episodes. I really hope to see you next week. Bye!